Did I take it? Here's the delivery. Oh! What a delivery there from Mark Hardman against Timor-Leste in the new Clark City Stadium on October 14th for the continuation. But before that, another goal for one Taguig FC, and what a goal that is. Brings it back to Yusuf. Ahmed Hajimari with the ball now. Back to Yusuf they go. Bias looks up, sends it forward. Header from Goldson. What a header again.
Of course, Army, and you can't really do that. But open your horizons to other Filipino players.
Look at this one. Ooh, Goldson scoring another goal against Philippine Army.
Highest scored game.
Goldson brings it down, shot.
And that's a check. Just delivered in that pass. And
Kira Schultz getting into the action, just coming in. Oh! Naoto Hiraishi.
He sees that he's not going to get challenged. He knows that he has the quality. And he also noticed that Bedia was a little bit too far.
Rack up the goals because goal difference is very important. Come championship round and there.
And it's a goal. Bottom left corner. And that is expected from him.
Yeah, there you see his trademark celebration, but there's no surprise. And was helpless there. Guessed the wrong way, and I think maybe even if he guessed the right way, it was. Oh, here it is again.
Great through ball. A chance here. A lot of grass. Takes it. And it's a goal. Been deadly with the ball. He sets his shooting boots and just slots it the right.
Attacking signings for Stallion in this season.
Speaking of talent, Galiana in the middle. And it is a goal. Gets it in.
Good work, good strength. The cutback was precise, and there's absolutely no way Cedra, a player of his quality, is missing that chance from there.
Great through ball. Takes it. Trying to look for Galiana. Oh, an easy tap in.
In a live game situation, it just amazes the fans out here and even us here in the commentary panel as the counterattack is on for today. And Manila Digger into the middle, good pass, and it's an opener. 2-0 in favor of Manila Digger FC. Counterattack for Sidel South. Oh! I'm stunned. Yes, you're stunned as well, Diego, but what a goal that is from Sidel South.
And so he'll have to keep a closer eye this time.
Oh, interception here today. One-on-one against the keeper and gets the game. But today, just taking advantage of the mistake of the back line. They swing the ball to the left for Sidel South. South with a 1-2. Great pass. Halike on the clear and a shot. Oh! Another one from that angle once again. This time from John Lloyd Halike. But from Inji, let's take a look at that again. What a shot from Halike there. Another good look from this vantage point. Just curling it out, top right corner. Shioka, good pass. Oh, great goal. Looking for Watanabe. Pass to Ture on the turn. Fakes it. Will he take it? And he scores.
We're losing.
That's right.
Let's be fair.
That's right. And then, of course, there's the main event. We've got some bangers this weekend. And this one, Manila Digger FC, fresh from a big victory, going up against Dynamic Herb Cebu FC, who are back on track. Historically, this has been a very exciting watch. And I think we're going to get another one this weekend between these two. Absolute fireworks between Manila Digger FC and Dynamic Herb Cebu. Is there a favorite in this game?
I would say maybe just slightly Manila Digger are the favorites because of their form. They've peaked at the right time for this one. Again, they beat Taguig. I think we called that game. That was 3 weeks ago, and then 2 weeks ago, 8-2 against Tuloy. And I think actually Manila Digger will really be happy with the fact that they've built momentum because later this month they'll also go to Cambodia for the Challenge League, the AFC Challenge League, the third tier competition. So they'll want to win this match especially just so they can raise their confidence before they represent the Philippines abroad. For Dynamic Herb Cebu naman, again, they did win last week, so the mood is a little bit better. Again, they'll want to play for their province, especially after what happened recently. So I think there's a lot of motivation for both of these sides. It's going to be a physical one. It's going to be a rematch of the final series final, which Manila Digger won 1-0. It's a tight game. Might be a bit of the same. It's going to be a tight game again. Honestly, you could flip a coin on this one, but for me, I'm gonna, because of the way especially they performed against Wanta Gig, I'm gonna fancy Manila Digger ever so slightly for this match. But Cebu could take it also. We know that they've taken results like this in the past.
One thing that's been quite puzzling for Cebu has been, what is their most effective 11? Claro, what do you think they'll put together for this one? In such a big game against Manila Digger, are there certain individuals you feel need to be on the pitch in order for them to be able to get a result?
Yeah, I will say I've been quite surprised this season that JB Borloan would come off the bench. He was a shoe-in starter for this team throughout his tenure. And it's only now I've seen him come off the bench regularly. That's what I feel. But when you bring him off the bench, he's going to give you a goal. In my opinion, I feel if you have Fati on one side and JB Borloan on the other side, those are dangerous wingers you're going to have to deal with. The fullbacks, of course, of the opposing team are going to be tested. So that's my opinion, of course. Because I'll admit also, Fati would come off the bench at times also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're anticipating that the wings are going to be quite busy on this one, because the wings of Manila Digger have been very effective, right? You have Nishioka, Troy Limbo, Ziggy Taninko, as well as I'm missing out Schaffner on the wings for Manila Digger. They really bombard and really raid down those sides, no? So to have a strong wing presence for Cebu, you'd imagine it has to be a priority.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's remember, you need the big bodies to clash, of course, with Manila Digger's personnel. And Sekou Cisse told me weeks back, they were just getting started. Hindi pa rin nag-peak. I let the weeks go on. Okay, Sekou, now I know what you're talking about right there with the results that they're showing. I mean, he's one of the top scorers again in the league. Perfect time for them to click, right? Because the exact date when they played their first game in Cambodia is October 26. So this is 7 days right before. So I'm not saying you don't use the term practice game because it's obviously the PFL here. But this is, you could say, a perfect or ideal warm-up right here for Manila Digger. Then again, they're playing against Cebu. This squad again, babad na rin sila because they're playing in the Shopee Cup. So just like the matchup of Kaya and Stallion, this is a game we're obviously looking forward to.
What is the percentage that this turns into a draw? I think it's going to be physical. It should be a fun game, and it could have title implications if there is a winner, right? So this one should be a lot of fun. Manila Digger FC versus Dynamic Herb Cebu. You got a great
PFL Giants clash right here. We've got Manila Digger and Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. It's match number 27 right here in your Philippines Football League 2025-2026 season. So glad you could join us as we are coming to you from the Rizal Memorial Stadium. And this is Taro Manzano. We'll be bringing the commentary, of course. Joining me is Diego Cordero. Two teams who compete on the international stage. Digger actually set to compete in the AFC Challenge League later this month. Cebu, as we know, competing in the ASEAN level, the Shopee Cup. We are expecting, of course, high-quality football. Conditions here, of course, temperature a bit lower. Well, take a look at the humidity, of course, given that the rains have died down.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting matchup between two of the big teams in the PFL. Two teams, however, with contrasting form. Manila Digger could go top of the table tonight. At the same time, Cebu are currently mid-table, which is not where we usually see them. Nevertheless, it's a clash between two big teams.
Let's take a closer look first and foremost at Manila Digger. 4-1-0. That's the record so far by my count. They are giants in the PFL. As we've mentioned, the best offense and defense in the league last season, but they did not win the title, of course, or the final series. They were anticipated. This is also a rematch of the PFL final series last time around. Both teams have been able to stack up. How do you assess things for Coach Kim and Coach Bass as of late?
Yeah, Manila Digger are one out of two teams in the PFL to still remain undefeated as we see their schedule and fixtures so far. A lot of good results in there, and the 1-0 win over One Taguig, their best result so far, and their only clean sheet, but a very good result nonetheless. It's a team that, as you mentioned, are in the international stage, so that's how good they were last season. Only missed the title by a point. They'll be looking to take that championship this season.
And as we see, Digger did get to experience what's it like to have their backs on the wall because they were on the verge of losing to Stallion Laguna, rescue the draw. So that shows this team can literally, or this team can dig deep in tough situations. A 4-2-3-1 right here for Coach Kim. No surprise with the names, given this is a big game.
Yeah, consistent names in this lineup. A lot of familiar faces to the PFL fans to be crucial parts of this squad for the rest of the season, as well as their international campaign coming up this month.
And Omar Ng is the goalkeeper for this game. They've got the depth, of course, when it comes to that position. Mike Asong will be on the bench. The player to look out for, of course, Kenji Nishoka, Filipino-Japanese, pero pinanganak siya dito sa Quezon City. He's the guy to look out for. He's the motor for this team.
Yeah, a really technically gifted player, plays in the attacking midfield role, but he roams around the entire field. He also is their set-piece taker from corners and free kicks, so do expect him to be very involved this evening.
It's important again for this squad to get going and peak, given that they are representing the Philippines Football League again, as we've said, on the AFC level. Kenji Nishoka, the go-to player. We'd also see him even play central midfield on a number of occasions when they were short-handed last season due to injuries. So, kita nga natin that versatility of Kenji Nishoka, of course, in this team. And he will look to link up, of course, with the big bodies that they have up front. They've been able to bang in goals here and there again, but we are going to take it to our coach interview.
Hello everyone. Today is a very, very important game against Cebu. And from 2023, when the Copa, we visit Cebu in the same group. So we are very, very familiar opponent. So in the recently 2 seasons, we have won and we have lost. But this season, Cebu has a very much new players, so they are more younger, more hunger to the win. I already watched the video of Cebu. We training already for 2 weeks, and we prepared very well from transition, from defense and build up, and how to attacking. And I hope today will be a very, very good match. And I want to see my player just focus on this match and match by match to fight. And I want to win most of 1v1 and attention the second ball. And I want to some score and set piece and corners. Oh, this is what I want to see my player need to do. Thank you.
There you go. Assistant coach Bas Liu, very hands-on. As we know, Coach Kim is the head coach, but Bas Liu also very active when it comes to calling shots here and there. Done and dusted with Manila. Of course, here, there's Daniel Gadia, but this team again, as we've said, coming off that win over Garelli 6-0 right before the international break. So they've got that momentum going their way.
Yeah, it's been a quite inconsistent start to the season for Cebu, but they did pick up that win last time out against Don Bosco Garelli. 6-0, sorry, and the clean sheet. So they'll be happy that they finally got a good performance there. And then they also did beat Stallion Lagoon in the last minute with a Rico Andes finish. But other than that, it's been a loss to Taguig and Kaya. So it is a slightly inconsistent start. Today, though, they have another chance to do a statement against a big team.
And you could say Cebu, 1 win and 2 losses so far against teams of course, were favorites to make it to the championship round. So they could improve that record by taking this W, of course,
Hello, everyone.
against Manila Digger. Here is a look at that 4-4-2 as expected for Coach TGR.
Yeah, a lot of strong names in this lineup. You see the likes of, as you mentioned earlier, Gadia, but you also see the likes of Rami Jaridi, the goalkeeper, who's been really important for Cebu so far. You also see the likes of Rosquillo and Anderson Pinto, who have been really crucial in their campaign so far, not just in the PFL, but also in the Shopee Cup. Of course, Cebu are in the middle of their campaign already for that Shopee Cup.
And something actually, when you also look at this roster of Cebu, there is that continuity. They do have that core of players. And in this case, in the starting 11, it is led by Papo Corsame and Daniel Gadia. And then Brian Villanueva will also be getting a start here to support that back line of theirs. And Abu C, someone who's also been able to grow into this squad also and fit seamlessly, you could say. But when it comes to players to look out for in this team, we did mention again that it is Daniel Gadia, yung may Kenji Nishoka, yung Manila Digger, of course, who did get his footballing education in Japan, although he Ken Philip, no? Have Daniel Gadia right here in the Philippines, a man of them.
Yeah, Daniel Gadia with really strong engine, goes into every physical battle. We expect some of that tonight. We'll definitely have to have a good performance if Cebu are to take anything away from this big game.
And when Daniel Gadia comes at you, as you mentioned, full throttle o wala.
Yeah.
Right? He's gonna hit on that gas whether you like it or not. So he is that man for them in the midfield. The thing also with Daniel Gadia, as is the case with a great number of Cebu players, they did play their college or university football in the University of the Philippines, of course, one of the well-known schools when it comes to football. But of course, wrapping up our conversation here, we'll get into detail also, as always, as we carry on with the match, and we are going to take it to our interview with the Gentle Giants.
Thank you. Okay, the team right now is high motivation. We really prepare for this match because this is a really tough game against the Manila Digger. Manila Digger is also a strong team here in PFL. Of course, we always challenge Cebu team, always challenge for this match. The mentality very high, and we will see the performance 2 weeks break that we prepare for this one. And I hope God's give us good strength for this team, and our mentality today is to win, to get the 3 points.
Big talking point there, just bouncing off of what Coach Glenn Ramos did mention. There's a 2-week break because there was that pause for international games. And these teams use that opportunity to really prepare for this game.
Yeah, it's a highly motivated Cebu team, and it's a highly motivated teams tonight because both these teams want to make a statement to the rest of the PFL by saying that we can beat anyone and everyone. Because if you win matches against your direct rivals for the top 6, as these two teams are, it sends a statement down the rest of the league.
A win for Digger today will put them provisionally on top spot, provisionally, because Kaya FC Iloilo will have a match on hand against them. But that will allow them to put pressure on the defending champions.
And as you said, we are actually surprised that the Gentle Giants are outside of the top 6. But judging by my math, they actually have a game on hand. Things will even up by today. And if they get a win, we are going to have a quadruple tie in the standings for top 3. So that's going to carry over all the way from 3rd place to 6th place. And this is really where the fun begins, where there's that logjam or traffic sa standings.
Yeah, definitely a lot at stake this evening. You have a team that could potentially take top spot and a team that could mix it up in the race for top 6. But nevertheless, the 3 points tonight, it's basically a 6-pointer actually, because you're up against a direct rival for both of these squads.
Keep one team keep your opponent stagnant, add 3 to your tally, get one on over the other. And that's essentially how it works, of course. Teams will take it to the pitch now. It's Manila Digger and Cebu FC. Here we go on to our pleasantries and toss coin with our team captains. Here's a look at Noy Velonco and Papu Horsame. And our match officials. Mick John Pineda ay ang referee natin ngayon, sila Reli Balila at Ismael Pasion ay ang ating linesman. Ang fourth official ay si John Mike Basino, si Roberto Hernandez, ang referee assessor, and Mark Abel De Castro. Siya po ay ang ating match commissioner ngayon. 2 homegrown players who have gone through the ranks, of course, here. Great game. Digger in yellow and black. Cebu will be in their iconic red. Please break down the starting 11 for us right here for Digger, Daryl.
It's a very strong in terms of physicality starting 11 from Manila Digger. It's a team that has remained consistently together. Itong yung starting 11 ng Manila Digger. And it's a team that has been really good this PFL season so far. They've scored so many goals last season and they're continuing that this season. For Cebu, on the other hand, same sentiments for them. It's a team that is really strong in terms of quality and talent and physicality. So let's see who is able to get the better of each other tonight.
It is a 4-4-2 as we mentioned for Coach TGR. Interesting because they are without the likes of Victor Luis and Noah Liddell. Also no JP Berlongan on the bench though.
Yeah, that's a bit of a loss for Cebu. Victor Luis has the most minutes for Cebu in terms of the entire squad. Here's to see their bench. A bit of a light bench actually for Cebu, but a very heavy bench for Manila Digger FC as we approach kickoff now.
A shout out to Kim Smith and Kalel Evangelio from Binyan Strikers Football Academy. Shout out po sa inyo for using your real name dito po sa comment section natin. A lively atmosphere we have here today. Manila Digger bringing in drummers here to cheer them on, of course. It's a fantastic atmosphere. We will kick this one off in a bit. Both teams tried and tested already on the international stage. Even if we say that Manila Digger are about to compete in the AFC Challenge League later this month, they did get to play a game already in the qualifying playoff of the AFC Champions League 2. As this was kicked off by Abu C. Cebu, as we mentioned, babad na sila sa ASEAN level or in the ASEAN or in the Shopee Cup.
Yeah, really good campaign so far for Cebu in terms of Shopee because they did get that win over Kasuka to get into the competition proper. Then a loss to Tampines over and a really tightly loss against, I believe it was Hanoi in the last minute. They conceded after holding on for so long, and that was a really tough match. So Cebu have already had a lot of games this season.
Play games, of course, and you could just get that rhythm as an individual, as a team. Kasama dun yung chemistry ng mga players.
And speaking of a lot of games already this season, Manila Digger, as you mentioned, did play in that ACL2 playoff. They lost a narrow loss, 2-1 to Persib Bandung. That's a really tough place to go, and it was a good game where they could have won another day.
Na heartbroken yung mga PFL fans dun. Siyempre, whenever there's a PFL team competing to representing the league, the Philippine football community would get behind whoever, whether it be Cebu, it would be Manila Digger, and there's also KFC Iloilo who are playing next week in the AFC Champions League 2. That will take place at the New Clark City Athletic Stadium, same venue where the Philippine men's national football team would actually play their home games. Doug Schaffner got to keep it despite of Papo Corsame causing trouble, but we spoke too soon. Oh, a collision here. It's between Pinto and Schaffner.
Yeah, late tackle by Schaffner, but he's actually the one decked here. Do wonder if he's okay. Again, Schaffner, a really crucial part of this Manila Digger team. He is the player with the most minutes in the entire squad of Manila Digger. It's a tangle of knees, and it looks like actually Schaffner is going to need a little bit of treatment, which is not ideal because he is one of your stalwarts in the back line.
And it's not the type of day or game you think of only for you to get heavily hurt in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, and it looks like Manila Digger will have to play with a man less just for the next few minutes or so while Christian Schaffner receives treatment. Manila Digger will really be hoping that he's okay because he is a valuable player to them.
Let's hold on here. I believe there's a towel that was on the pitch. After a bit of a delay, we will resume this one in a bit. Kajamirul got that one off. There's that dynamic duo we keep talking about from the U23 team, Kajamirul, Jaime Rosquillo. They became a quartet actually. Sama niyo dun sila Noah Ledel, Brian Villanueva. So essentially, you could say, when you have that back line of Cebu, that's it. If you insert Noah Ledel into this, but he's not with the team today, of course. Sila halos yung depensa ng U23 national team.
Yeah, it's good to see that they're able to continue to play together. So whenever they play for the national team, they have that extra chemistry because they're teammates here in Cebu. But of course, no Noah Ledel tonight, and that might be a big miss for them in this big game.
They're playing this one over the top. Kamis. Ziggy Taninko. That's not enough to floor Kenji Nishoka. Taninko wants to reset.
And Taninko is another one of those players actually also in that youth team setup for the national team. So he's also familiar with his opponents tonight.
NG will play it long. Off the head of Brian Villanueva. Saying sorry to the bench. He gave up a corner. And this is where Manila Digger are absolutely dangerous.
Yes, Cebu are going to have to be extra concentrated in this scenario because set pieces, in terms of set pieces, Manila Digger have a lot of height. And not just that, they have Nishioka to deliver it in. And he's a really good ball striker. The referee's just assuming or making sure that there's not some extra shoving in the box, but Cebu are gonna have to stay focused for this one.
As much as they are called the gentle giants, we keep saying it like a broken record. Cebu are a physical team, as is the case with Manila Digger. I was about to say Digger the taller team, but when you match them up, parang halos pantay sila, surprisingly. The service from Nishoka, Jaridi got to punch it.
I think a foul was called on a Manila Digger player, but that was a good punch for Rami Jaridi. The 40-year-old veteran has caps for Tunisia and has an appearance also in the FIFA Club World Cup. He played in the 2019 edition.
So just going back, as much as I believe they are the same height, the players of Manila Digger just have that superior build. Usman Guy hit the floor.
Usman Guy is still down.
Assistant coach Bas Liu, we expected this game to be a physical one.
And we've already seen that physicality in the opening 5 minutes. It's probably going to continue for the next 85 minutes or so. Such is the power of both of these teams.
With their stats, 2 clean sheets for Cebu so far in this season. One going to Jesse Semblante, the other going to Rami Jaridi. And Manila Diggers' lone clean sheet was with goalkeeper Omar Ng actually for them.
And that was actually his debut this season. And he played really well against Montague.
Cleared off. Kamis. But that was actually close. You thought Watanabe was going to get there already. Yaya. Ziggy Tanico did get to that one before Kazuha Sudo. Quite an atmosphere here. We also did see players from the first game enjoying it on their way out. Anderson Pinto. Kajamirul getting up slowly but surely. Papu Corsame. Pinto. They will reset.
That's going to be an interesting battle down that side. You have Corsame and Schaffner up against each other, and Nishioka and Amarul. Or I believe that's Limbo and Amarul rather.
Sudo through the middle. 1-on-3. Papu on the right to support. Gives it to him. Corsame. Some dribbling. Oh, no good here.
Early chance for Corsame, just 7 minutes in, and he cuts inside. He created the space to take the shot, but the finish is off target, and G will be relieved that he wasn't tested. Let's see the replay. Schaffner getting sent, and then the shot. You have to say, if it was on target, there's only going to be one outcome. Nevertheless, it's off target.
Coach Glenn looks on. Cebu need this win to stay in the hunt. Now, Digger in second, there is a bit of that buffer, but they do not just want to make it to the championship round. They want to be in a position to compete well for the title.
Yeah, as you mentioned in the past, only finished 1 point off the championship last season, and it looked at times that they were going to dethrone Kaya. They'll be feeling that this season is the time to do just that because they were so close last season.
If it does help Digger, of course, historically or in the title race. They beat the defending champs in one game, and then they drew in the other game. Played through Abu C, who tried to bang bodies here. Poked away well, though, by Modu Juf.
Yeah, good tracking by Modo Juf. Because Abusi, for a moment there, it looked like he was through on goal, and it looked like he was about to unleash a strike. In the end, it's a corner kick to Cebu. And as we mentioned, they also have a lot of height in their team, so it's a chance for them to use it offensively in this instance.
Corner played short. Whipped in by Kore. And Juf just sent it to the side because Rosquillo put it in the danger area.
Looks like another corner, actually.
Digger, their players felt that was a throw-in. Our referees, of course, with the vantage point. Again, this is also a rematch of the PFL Final Series. That tournament, of course, featured the top 4 teams, and they competed for a separate trophy. I'm sure Manila Digger also want to win this one and get back. Rosquillo! It was just saved over the looks of it and then skied by Papu.
Well, the two biggest chances so far in these opening 9 minutes have fallen to the sides of the Gentle Giants. This one from Rosquillo against the crossbar. How close can you get? The corner, it's a direct one. And the header is really good from Rosquillo. And it's so close, but not quiet for Cebu. Warning signs for Manila Digger.
Ziggy Taninko. Oh, it came off a hand. Referee said play on. It's Mick John Pineda calling the shots again here today. Troy Limbo showing us his footwork. Got clipped by Papu for a while. Ran out of space. Babalik dito. Schaffner naman. Here's the cross. Off of Villanueva. But it hits the side netting. No good here for Toure.
And for a moment there, it just opened up for Toure. And the half volley in the end is side netting. But that was a chance to test Jaridi there. Here's the replay. The cross from Schaffner was a very high one. But it found a teammate. It's a tight angle, it must be said. And Jaridi had that angle covered, in all honesty.
Jaridi to get this one back into play. So going back, right, Digger will want to get this one. Because Cebu won the final series, they got to play in the Shopee Cup qualifying playoff and did advance. Digger perhaps saying, dapat kami yun.
And I do recall that final series playoff was a very heated one. So that might carry over to today.
And we've seen plenty of physicality already, and as we are breaking it down, Modu Juf at Abu C.
Yeah, that's turning into a personal battle now between those two. And this time, Abu C just winning that duel, winning his team a free kick. Again, from the previous set piece, Cebu hit the post, or the crossbar rather. Can they do something similar here?
You were saying Cebu with a strong start, but they need the scoreboard to show for it. Or will Digger weather the storm and come up with something in response?
Well, Cebu are going to send forward their tall players. Again, Rosquillo's in there, so is Camis. A lot of targets to aim at for whoever's going to cross this ball in.
Ito comes over to Kore. They're going to change kicker. Now everyone wondering, they done yet? Kore to Sudo. Pinto gets it. Slide from Taninko. Wala pa rin down ng Cebu.
Yeah, clever set piece there from Cebu. But in the end, it's just a throw into them. Let's see if they actually send this one long, because I believe they have some long throwers in the locker.
Kore. Lost it. You'll want that back, of course. That was cleared off by Babukar Ture. Interesting, right? Because Sekou Cisse, their lead man in the attack, is on the bench. They also have a very dangerous option with Babukar Ture.
Yeah, a lot of firepower on the Manila Digger bench. Would not be surprised if they use it later on in this match, as we see a throw-in awarded to Manila Digger.
More options in the bench for Manila Digger. Perhaps more flexibility. You do not essentially say it's an advantage with numbers. Cebu only traveled with 7 subs. Then again, they can only utilize 5 of them. Omar NG. Trying to come up with something at the back. These were the drummers of Manila Digger. We are talking about giving us a festive atmosphere at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Almost at the 15-minute mark. Still goalless at the moment. Cebu, though, enjoying more attacking opportunities.
Yeah, in the first 10 minutes, the biggest chances fell to Cebu. But at the moment, Manila Digger just calming down the play, slowing it down to their liking, and taking control of possession.
Oh, Rosquillo just climbing a ladder. Something we have seen, of course, in his time playing in the PFL. And Modu Juf commander in the back line. Felonco. He's got AFC experience with not one, but two Filipino clubs.
Yeah, and if I recall, Felonco had an excellent game against Gig also. Definitely a valuable player to have in that midfield battle in any game.
He's played for Kaya and Stallion in the AFC level. It's going to be 3 teams now with Manila Digger. Tawag dyan, in demand.
And just on Noy Felonco, he just keeps the game simple, doesn't lose possession, just keeps the ball ticking for his team. It's a very valuable skill to have as a midfielder.
Simple things, but executing them very well. Kenji Nishoka able to win it back. Oh, Sea Dog down on his own. I think this is the collision from earlier.
Yeah, in the second minute he went down and there was no one near him this time, so it must be said it's from that play earlier on. This is not a promising sight for Manila Digger. As I mentioned, he is the player with the most minutes at the moment.
Oh, it was the left leg.
Not a pretty sight for Christian Schaffner.
Hopefully it's not as bad as we initially think. It's great that he's back on his feet, but because Manila Digger are very close. Exactly, they're set, I'd like to think, to travel to Cambodia within the coming days, because their opening game in the AFC Challenge League group stage is on October 26.
Yeah, so it's not an ideal time to lose a player of the importance of Christian Schaffner. And at the same time, Manila Digger, they're readying a substitution also, just out of your picture, but it's not an ideal time to lose a player. Again, Manila Digger don't play in the PFL next week because, as you mentioned, Claro, they will be in Cambodia for international club football, and it looks like the substitution is going to be made. And for the next few minutes or so, Manila Digger will play without Christian Schaffner and with only 10 men. He is walking, so that is maybe a small silver lining. Maybe it's just a little bit of no risk-taking from Coach Baslio.
That's definitely good that they did not need to bring out the stretcher. Sea Dog is walking on his own, not needing any assistance also. We wish him a speedy recovery, of course. Also a player with AFC experience. They're set to bring in OJ Clarino.
Well, not that it's ideal to lose a player like Schaffner, but it's ideal to have a replacement just like Clarino.
That's how deep that bench of theirs is. We have John Mar Barsanilli on the bench, just in case. I'm running through the defenders, of course. Also Jordan Jarvis, just to add, of course, to OJ Clarino. Even Moto Mane, a dangerous attacking opportunity, or attacking option on the bench.
Yeah, and I think Manila Digger are just going to delay the restart for now to allow this substitution to come on so that it goes back to 11 versus 11. Again, Cebu have a man advantage just at the moment. The referee is going to make them play this next play, so again, just for the next minute or so, they're going to be down to 10 men.
They will be extra cautious, of course, to ensure that they are not exploited in terms of the personnel disadvantage. Gadya, Torre, they're getting it up quickly. You feel that numerical superiority. But just like that, they play this one back.
Well, Cebu, they have one play to take advantage of the man advantage. Let's see what they can do, because Clarino is ready now to come on the moment this ball goes out of play.
Kenji Nishoka dropping down to left back temporarily. Status to spot vacated by Sea Dog Schaffner. Here's the fake by Kaj. Amirul. Plenty of power in that pass, perhaps too much.
Yeah, and Manila Digger would just be relieved now that they can get this substitution on. I think NG is going to put this out of play. And finally, it's back to 11 versus 11.
Perhaps a safe route, right? Just to ensure you're covered already. There you go.
Is replaced by number 27,
It's a straight swap. It's Clarino into left back, where Schaffner vacated his position.
OJ Clarino, to remember in his university days, he was playing striker. Over the course of his career, he's just able to establish himself also as a fullback. Anderson Pinto getting clipped, and it will be a free kick in a dangerous spot. Gentle Giants with a chance to get a shot on target.
Yeah, it's a quite straight-on direct free kick, so it's a chance for a shooting opportunity. Quite some way out, but the shot is on from this position nonetheless. We saw a similar goal earlier today from Aguilas Yumac from a free kick area like this. Let's see what Cebu can manufacture in this play.
It's been a memorable day for goals, come to think of it, right? Kahit yung tuloy, it wasn't their day, they scored 2 exciting or quality goals also to add to what the likes of the Aguilas put up earlier in their win. Here's a look.
Yeah, it's a late challenge there. Good work nonetheless from Pinto to evade the challenge and win the foul. Looks like a shot is on here for Cebu. Let's see who's going to be the one to take it. Abusi, Corsame, and Rosquillo all stood over the ball.
An opportunity again to put one on the board. It's still Cebu with the initiative in this game. The Manila Digger drummers doing everything in their might to distract the Gentle Giants.
Yeah, a little bit of dark arts here.
Tommy taken, ricocheted off of OJ Clarino from the looks of it. Corner kick, they're keeping the pressure on.
Again, another corner kick for Cebu. Earlier on, they hit the woodwork from a Rosquillo header. They'll try to emulate that here. Or they might go short, actually.
I believe they did this already also earlier in the game, as we are 25% to this one. The Gentle Giants in all red. Manila Digger in yellow and black. Pinto will take this and has the opportunity also. Play this one short to Hasudo. Outswinger, quality delivery. Met though by the defense. They will knock it back to Kanja Miru so they could set and stretch the opposing defense. Rosquillo. Limbo almost had an opportunity to get it. Let's get by Omar NG.
That's good goalkeeping from NG. Good starting position and good aggressive sweeper keeper action there in the end. He does well to make sure he gets to that ball first. Strong challenge there by Pinto.
Watanabe on the floor. I don't think he was contesting that. More of, he was getting into an argument with Sambo from the looks of it. Another player down for Digger. 2 players down, 1 back on his feet in Usman Guy. Apo driving the offense. Oh, seems like there's a hold from Kenji Nishoka.
Yeah, a lot of physical action here in the last few minutes or so. Referee Mick John Pineda just calming down both sides. But nevertheless, it's another free kick to Cebu. Here was the foul. It was Nishioka just holding back Corsame. And because of that, Cebu have another free kick.
I also saw something afterwards. Brian Villanueva putting the ball in the face of Felonco. Then a foul here against Abusi. Showing us, of course, it's an emotional game too, to add to the physicality. With the numbers, the top goal scorers or top goal scorers for their respective teams on the bench. CC, who has sixes on the bench, as is the case with Rico Andes, who has 2 goals to his team. There's also Leo Makiling for the top scorers of Cebu.
Yeah, Leo Makiling scored twice against Don Bosco Garelli. So definitely an option for Coach Ramos later on. Would not be surprised if any of those names you've just mentioned, Claro, come on later on in the second half.
Cebu also looking to make their province proud again after the earthquake in the north. Hope everyone is okay, of course. Ziggy Taninko is calling for it out wide. They will persist on the left. Early cross, whipped in. Villanueva got the stop. Put into an attacking area once more by Nishioka. They had to retreat. Ziggy Taninko. This is what he wanted to do earlier. Hit it wide. Watanabe the cross! There you go, the goal's confirmed. Off a rebound. Giridi initially got the stop. Watanabe, the provider.
Yeah, good goal for Manila Digger. Initially, it was actually a really good save by Giridi, but the follow-up, nothing he could do about that. That was Toure with the sleeping celebration. But what a moment it is for Manila Digger. Here it is, the replay. The initial header, that's a really good save from Giridi, but Toure from point blank range, he's not going to miss from there. The cross also from Watanabe is really good, and it just adds so much uncertainty to that Cebu backline, and eventually it's turned in by Manila Digger. So they take the all valuable, important lead, and it's now 1-0 to Manila Digger.
You have to clean up the garbage, as they say. Spectacular save from Giridi. He did what he could in all his might. But Toure, first man. Did he rebound his own miss? Or his shot that was saved? Sekou Cisse loving this one. But yeah, essentially, Babukar Toure scoring off of the rebound.
Yeah, Cebu will be really disappointed actually, because they had a lot of chances to take the lead themselves. They even hit the woodwork from a header. I think it was Rosquillo. But in the end, they go behind. So they're not going to have to play catch-up for the rest of this match, which is not ideal given how defensively solid this Manila Digger team are.
We were saying again, it was Cebu did get a strong start, but it's about making it show on the scoreboard. They were not able to do so because you also have to credit the defense of Manila Digger. And once Digger got their act together, or got to pull the strings here and there, got that one on the board. Sudo blocked here by David Sambo. Elonco back to Juf. Gadya got it going their way. Orsame will try to come up with something. It was wanted by the defense. They did get the numbers advantage. Saved by Amirul. Cebu need to get that rhythm back.
Yeah, they might just be a little bit stunned from going behind, but they need to re-establish themselves here.
Because in the perspective of Cebu, you could even say, sayangan, nandun na kasi. The Digger did get to pass that test earlier.
Again, Manila Digger already beating another big rival in Taguig. So that's how much firepower they have this season. And they've taken the lead once again here.
Watanabe to Taninko. Taninko was also involved in that play because Watanabe whipped in the cross. Shot was saved, and then the rebound by Babukar Toure. Camis will just escort this one. Too close for comfort.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there from the goalkeeper and Camis. And in the end, it's a throw-in to Manila Digger.
Based on the body language we saw, of course, it's really just giving his approval there to Camis. Abusi colliding with Pelonco. Bodo Juve, binigay dito naman kay Sambo.
Yeah, Manila Digger now re-establishing possession. But they do have that option to go long because of their physicality up front, and that's a foul, it looks like. So that's good from Manila Digger's front line, and they win a free kick in a dangerous area. That was actually the goal scorer, Toure, winning that foul. And he's being a nuisance for that Cebu backline.
Right before he was fouled, you should have seen the way he actually secured that ball. It was right before this.
I think he ran across the entire backline of Cebu and still got on the end of that long ball. It's a good advantage to have, that your forward is able to physically impose himself on a defender like that. Chance here for Nishioka. to make one of those deliveries.
Such a technical player who's able to set up his big bodies. This is what I'm telling you. Mukhang halos pantay sila when it comes to height. Camis showing some love with David Sambu, the two new best friends. The way they are defending one another. Oh, this angle showing us, of course, what goes on. Mid-offensive referees have to give some reminders right before any free kicks. Nishoka the service. Cleared off by Daniel Gadia. Went to Troy Limbo, though. Papu with the stop. Sent to safety here, and Digger will get a chance to reset at the back with Omar NG.
That was a really good cross from Nishioka. Just puts it into an area where he gives all of his attackers a chance to get on the end of it. In the end, it doesn't amount to anything. But again, good delivery from Nishioka, who we've highlighted as one of the players to watch out for this game.
Some time taken off the clock also from Omar NG.
Again, NG didn't start as the #1 this season, but he's re-established himself in between the sticks for Manila Digger.
Even when we thought, or just when we thought, Digger were very formidable last season, they did, of course, add even more personnel. But it's secured here by the center back tandem of Jup and Sambo. We want to remind you, of course, about the upcoming FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup right here. It will be held at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. Do head to FIFA.com/tickets for more information. Things getting physical. This will go the way of Kad Jamirul and the Gentle Giants.
Yeah, Toure asking for a foul, but the referee not giving it to him, so Cebu get the ball back. Oh, it's back with Toure though.
There's the combinations amidst the Cebu defense. There was some space though, but Usman Guy could not get it. It's a foot race, and it seems Pinto gets it. Oh, foul from behind.
Yeah, that was Usman Guy contesting that he won the ball. Referee Mick John Pineda not having it though. Again, a physical duel between those two, and it's been physical all around so far in the opening minutes of this game.
Players will also have to manage their emotions. Such actions or second motions could lead to bookings also, as we are aware.
Yeah, Manila Digger already have one red card, I believe, this season. So they don't want to add more to that tally.
The volley from NG. Amish may have gotten that one. Brian Villanueva was also there. Sigitanico flicked it. Last time these two connected. It eventually led to a goal for Digger. Oh, a late whistle here. Big John Pineda said it will go the way of Cebu. Not so gentle from the Gentle Giants, as we always say.
And Coach Basley is incensed at that decision. Nevertheless, ball back to Cebu.
The physicality also part of Cebu's style of play, as we are aware. They are going to knock a team out of the rhythm. So much for the tag, of course. Gives an interesting face, we say. And Mr. Tassi, of course, in approval, saying yes, their team is a physical one also.
Yeah, Manila Digger just doing well there to push Cebu back, beating that high press with Nishioka, and they can re-establish control in their backline here.
Slow it down. They'll try to create gaps. As there's a press with Abu C trying to win it, and players, of course, would run in support. Those gaps will form in the midfield, and that is what they will try to exploit, and then eventually lead to the attacking third.
Yeah, and it's another positive for Manila Digger that they have a goalkeeper that's comfortable making those passes, whether it's short or long. It's another modern goalkeeper in the PFL, itong C and G. And it's another good type of player to have if you're Manila Digger, especially with a long campaign coming up.
Then they opt to boot it long. Gadia. Gadia versus Nishoka there again. Our midfield battle. As Gadia lost it, So a bit of the extension of the arms.
Yeah, it's turning into a really feisty affair in that midfield.
Gadya part of that soul, heart and soul of Cebu. When it comes to that fierceness, yung pagkaangas o swag. All part of the game, of course. Intimidating opponents, controlling the midfield. Watanabe. Will it be another classic performance from Cebu with the gentle Giants being pressed against the wall? They'd fight back. Or will this be a masterclass from Manila Digger?
"35 minutes now into this one. After making a good start, Cebu went behind. Done well to contain themselves after being stunned. But they are still 1 goal down. And it's up to them now to get back into this game.
This is what we were talking about, the space created. Abu Z was not able to pick the ball. They played it. It went to a gentle Giant. Now going right to left for Cebu. Gentle Giants in all red again. Manila Digger in yellow and black. A big thank you for joining us on the Facebook and YouTube pages of the Philippines Football League alongside Diego Cordero. This is Claro Manzano. 2 high caliber teams again, competing and going at it. We'd like to remind you also that Sports Tribe is the official match ball of the PFL. Also do follow us on TikTok _WeArePFL_.
This is good possession from Manila Digger because it just takes the sting out of this game. And they might get a chance from it.
Oh, just when he thought it was loose in the perspective of Cebu and it was going to go to Kenji Nishoka, Anderson Pinto there to collect. They'll get traffic going their way once more. Amirul. Rosquillo. We're aware also the previous months, Rosquillo had to battle some injuries. This is a good sign that he is back for them. Another player, of course, who suits that Cebu style like a glove. Along with Daniel Gadya, of course, whom we mentioned.
Rosquillo, one of those promising young players in the Philippine Football League. Again, as we mentioned earlier, also a part of the youth national teams whenever there is a squad. And he is becoming one of those starters for Cebu at the moment.
As a high school kid, he was playing with the youth national team setup, then known as the Ascals Development Team. Doon natin nakita dynamic duo nila, Kyle Chamirul and Jaime Rosquillo.
And they've carried it over to Cebu and also to the national teams whenever they have played together.
And then that is why, of course, as we said, that brotherhood grew. Had Noah Liddell and Brian Villanueva. Brian Villanueva from the Tuloy program. You never have to check if they have grit, if they're from Tuloy. Automatic yan. Oh, a collision between Noy Filonco and Anderson Pinto.
And Noy Filonco just doing well there to get in between the ball and the man. Wins a free kick in a good area because he was under pressure. He is down though. Again, not another player you want to lose, your captain.
Because essentially by playing in the PFL, that is how you are going to qualify for next year.
Yeah, again, the PFL, there's a lot of incentives for the top teams, not only the championship, but of course qualification to international competitions like the Shopee Cup, the ACL2, and the Challenge League, which Manila Digger are a part of.
One of the frequently asked questions, Omadas, yung FAQ, whenever there's a new PFL season, paano yung distribution ng AFC spots and Shopee Cup to add also? First, we'll let Watanabe sort this one out. We'll just update the fans, of course. For those who just tuned in, champion again, this PFL will play in the qualifying playoff of the AFC Champions League 2.
And good footwork there from Noy Filonco. Dropped 1 or 2 Cebu players before making the pass. However, it's back to Cebu after all that.
Words here from referee John Pineda. Just keeping in check, perhaps, with the physicality. And it goes the way now. Aman home, Camis. The likes of Camis, also Australian. This one long. Kenji Nishoka ended up storming up front. Now one of the taller players, oftentimes, he'll be that player to give the ball forward. Maybe in situations like these, then he'll set up a teammate. Watanabe, slowed it down. Kenji, the ball in, the diving header from Camis. It goes to a digger though.
Yeah, really good involvement there from Nishioka because he manufactured a chance for Watanabe. In the end, it didn't amount to anything, but again, that's how he just orchestrates those attacks.
There you go, just a reminder, of course, our goal scorer sa ngayon, si Babukar Ture. They're being patient. They have the luxury again thanks to the 1-0 advantage that they have. So it's off of OJ Clarino. Let's remember, he came in as a sub to come in for Seedout Schaffner, who appeared to get hurt. Combinations here. Will they cross? Not the case. It's at the feet of the goal scorer, taken by Daniel Gadia. Over to Papu Karsame. Just bringing it up on his own. Nothing here stopping Papu up until late. Pretty much ran 75% of the pitch.
Yeah, that was a really good run from Korsame. You just wondered for a split second there if he was going to go all the way. In the end, he was blocked off. But he just progressed his team up the entire length of the pitch there. And he wins his team a throw-in.
That's leading by example. Papu Korsame.
Again, Papu Korsame, one of those players also that can play pretty much everywhere on the pitch. Usually see him on either side, either as a fullback or a winger. He has that versatility.
I even remember striker right before the pandemic. Amirul the cross. Abusi. Off target. Quite close.
Yeah, that was a good chance there for Abusi. Taking advantage of his height. As we see a little bit of banter from the stands. But nevertheless, it was a good chance. And Abusi, a really tall target. Actually closer than I initially thought at first glance. Nevertheless, it's just wide.
They will take their sweet time now to set this one up. 3 minutes remaining until we head over to stoppage time in the first. Troy Limbo. He's been shut down by the Cebu defense. Clarino. Collected by Jaridi. It's in his safe hands. Pinto knew there was a man on him, but I believe the back line did not anticipate that ball. Won by Ziggy Taninko. Ang tawag dyan, veteran moves from the young Ziggy Taninko.
As I mentioned, a little bit of dark arts in that play there. But with just a few minutes to go, Manila Digger might just be aiming to see out this half with a clean sheet and readjusting at halftime. And might have lost a little bit of momentum following the loss of Christian Schaffner, which is a big loss for them in truth.
Ziggy Taninko, as we know, a U19 youth national team player. He entered Manila Digger. No surprise, he was called up to the U23 team. You could see, of course, how he was playing very well in the ASEAN U23. Abusi, no good. But just going back, of course, to end that thought on Ziggy Taninko. His stint with Manila Digger, helping him with the U23 team. And the international experience, you see how he's even improved now with this team.
Yeah, he's improved a lot over the past 2 or 3 years. And it's no surprise he's now one of the constant starters for this PFL team, Manila Digger, that is chasing a PFL title.
Patience from Digger, given that they lead at the moment.
Yeah, they don't want to take any risks now to close out this first half, so they'll just go long with this goal kick.
Rosquillo got that to Abusi. Papo on the right, Sudo on the left. Pinto also in the middle. Kore. Pinto. Oh, but his move was telegraphed. 30 seconds away until additional time. We will get an update in a bit from our fourth official, John Mike Basinang, of course. Angie continuing to be consistent with the ball in his feet.
Yeah, good distribution once again from the goalkeeper. Just calmly playing it out to his fullback under pressure. It's not an easy thing to do, but he makes it look easy, to be fair to him.
Filonco switching it. So Troy Limbo also helped, of course, in that foray in the left. 3 minutes of additional time as confirmed by John Mike Basinang. There you go. Not just because of the goal, but Digger, the happier side heading into the halftime break, I'd like to think, if this sticks.
Yeah, to be happy with the fact that despite Cebu's strong start, they were the ones that were able to take the lead through that goal from Toure. And they just need to keep the ball just in this next 3 minutes or so, just to make sure that they don't concede any more chances in this first half.
We were saying that's gotta hurt because Digger could not, or Cebu could not utilize chances earlier. But Digger, we know they have that character and ability and skill to weather the storm.
Really physical battle there between Usman Guy and Camis, and I think Camis might have just hurt himself actually in that battle while he conceded the corner.
A physical game, as we've said. That fall earlier with Sea Dog Schaffner did get tangled, I recall, right? We'll try to fight for the ball.
The Manila Digger now have a chance maybe to do something from a set piece right before halftime, but you want to be extra careful not to get countered on because there's not a lot of time left in this first half. It's going to be Nishioka, and if it's going to be the same type of delivery, it's going to be a chance for Manila Digger.
Still 1-0. Babukar Toure, the goal scorer at the moment. The main guns, Rico and Des and Sekou Cisse on the bench for their respective teams.
I think the ball just went and curled out to in from that corner, so it's goal kick to Cebu.
Let's hold on. There's another ball on the pitch. Assistant Coach Bas Liu and Cebu head coach Glenn Ramos look on anxiously from their respective technical areas. Off of Abusi, but Noy Filonco. That is to OJ. Interesting because OJ Clarino, a coach in UP.
Yeah, that's right. I think he also takes the touchline whenever Coach Popoy is with the national team.
Yes, so that's his brother, Coach Popoy Clarino, while he was with the Philippines in the international break. It was Coach OJ. That's what I call him. As you said, he's the one calling the shots from the sidelines for the Fighting Maroons. Interesting though, just so happens there are a great number of UP men's football alumni.
Yeah,
for Cebu.
That's a testament also to the UP football program that continues to produce great talents in the Philippine football.
Daniel Gadia has actually become a de facto scout for UP because Cebu FC, of course, based in Cebu, sent to safety here by Manila Digger. You can argue it's been flawless for them. They will knock this one back and will play the safe option. 1-0 at the moment. Manila Digger in the lead. As expected, we've been having or witnessing a fantastic, competitive game. Manila Digger, the happier side, heading into this one. Cebu FC with their work cut out. 45 minutes to make amends for that. Back at the Rizal Memorial Stadium, and it is halftime between Manila Digger and Cebu. 1-0 at the moment, and that lone goal of Babukar Torre, the difference maker at the moment. Quite a first half, Diego.
Yeah, it was actually Cebu who started off better, creating chances, and they even hit the crossbar from a corner kick. But then all of a sudden, Manila Digger turned it on and got the goal. And ever since they got the goal, they've been the ones in the driver's seat and in control of possession in this match.
Here's a look at the highlights. Who would you say actually is the busier keeper? I mean, I know, or we know that Jaridi did concede a goal along with his team, but who is it for you?
For me, it's actually been quite even in terms of the first half. Again, Jaridi having to make a save, but NG's goal has also been tested on numerous occasions. So there have been a lot of chances for both teams. In the end, it was actually Manila Digger to be the more clinical of the two, and that's why they have the lone goal in this match. But do not be surprised if more chances continue to fall to both sides as we see the goal, an insane save by Chiridi, but the follow-up from point-blank range from Ture, and Ture is not going to miss from there.
So it was actually Usman guy who got the shot up of the cross of Watanabe, and in effect, Babukar Ture cleaned it up. Assistant coach pass to you. That's what he is seeing. Abusiwas off target there. Going back, that's gotta hurt. Jaime Rosquillo hit the woodwork. So close, yet so far to a goal. But here's the numbers at the moment.
Well, actually, you can see that despite having more possession, it's actually Cebu who have had more shots and more shots on target in the first half. So it is definitely an open game. I do expect that chances will continue to fall to both sides. It's just a matter of who's the more clinical in this second half. But at the moment, it's still 1-0 to Manila Digger. You do also see that both sides have a lot of firepower on their respective benches. Do not be surprised if sooner rather than later we see introductions of those on the dugout at the moment.
Corners 2 apiece here, but at the end, things working out for Manila Digger. We are going to kick off the second half also in a bit.
And no yellow cards also for either side, but both of these sides have already had a lot of yellow cards in this season. Manila Digger in particular already have a red card earlier on in the season. Let's see if the physicality of this game later on in the second half warrants a card from Mick John Pineda.
As we were saying also, both teams do actually like to play quite physical. So pretty much they'll get to taste their own medicine also. Or who's going to be the stronger team? Rico Antes in. He's the main man in the Cebu attack. The player stepping off. Score, not essentially a like-for-like change.
Yeah, it's a striker on for a midfielder. So it looks like maybe a change of formation. Let's see.
We do have a number of shout-outs also to the likes of Bella Leclerc, Papsi Cola, Perry Bear, Ed Bull, Kavsef, Muzon, Etreni, Lekim, DJ Gaming, Lekim Ski, the Sunset Club. Just a long list of names, of course. Kami's just having some last-minute conversations. You love the leadership he brings to the back line of theirs.
Yeah, let's see if Cebu can respond from that first half. In the halftime, we saw the introduction of Rico Andes, and he does add goals to this Cebu team. Scored against Stallion in the dying moments of the game. Also scored multiple times already in the Shopee Cup. And it looks like he'll be joining Abusi actually in terms of playing up front for this Cebu team. So it's going to be a different test now for the backline of Manila Digger. They have an extra forward to deal with now.
For Manila Digger, I assume they just stay the course. For Cebu, are you expecting any changes to the approach? Yes, they put in Rico on this, but do you expect some changes with the way they'll be approaching this one?
Well, I think Coach Ramos of Cebu would have asked for more directness in the halftime. Maybe a little bit more speed in terms of their build-up and attacks. Maybe going longer. It is not pretty, but it must be done at times. So I expect more attacking play from Cebu in the second half.
To be precise, that's Coach Bass and Coach Kim for Manila Digger. Kaya! No good from way out. Perhaps he would have loved to replicate his goal versus Kaya last season.
Yeah, that volley from long range against Kaya last season, one of the goals from the PFL in the previous campaign. He'll love to emulate something like that this evening.
If you could rank top 10 goals or come up with the top 10 from that season, that will definitely be in the top 5. Manila Digger in yellow and black. Cebu, the Gentle Giants in all red. But Rico Andes now leads the attack up front. He was inserted for Marius Core.
Trouble. Oh, foul.
Rosquillo walking a tightrope there.
It's actually gone down after that collision.
Just that shoulder. That's what he is favoring. Maybe with this hard fall on the turf. Oh, that's gotta hurt. You might feel that tomorrow when the adrenaline dies down.
Well, Rosquillo. Well, he looks like he's going to be fit to continue. Not going to be ideal though if you're going to play with some pain, especially up against a forward like Limbo and Torre. Also have Sisay on the bench. Will not be a surprise actually if he's introduced later on.
A big thank you again for joining us on the Facebook and YouTube pages of the Philippines Football League. We got Manila Digger and Cebu FC. Just some of the favorites to make it to the championship round. May double round robin po tayo. Teams will get to play each other twice. Then in the third round, the top 6 will get to play against one another for the third time. Standings or results will carry over. That is how we will determine the champions. And also the champion will play in the AFC Champions League to qualifying playoff. And in next year's Shopee Cup, the number 2 team or the runners-up will get to play in the qualifying round of the AFC Challenge League. Suda wanted to create that opportunity for Rico Andes. There's a foul as they were trying to come up with something in the middle.
Actually, it looks like I stand corrected because I was saying that it would be a partnership up front for Andes and Abusi, but it looks like Abusi's just dropped slightly deeper than Andes, playing as, looks like a midfielder actually for Abusi. Different role in the second half.
That could possibly work with his work rate. We're just trying to decipher things, of course. Is that Papo Corsame playing on the wing and then it's just Rico Andes, the lone man? Then Anderson Pinto is the lone striker or the attacking mid. Rico could not secure this and it's secured by Omar Engie.
Well, that's why Rico Andes was introduced in the second half. He offers good movement for his midfield to find him. And his run there was good. Just a bit unfortunate for his sake that the pass or the deflection of a tackle just went straight to the goalkeeper. But that was a good moment for Andes there. And if he continues that type of movement, you do imagine more chances could come his way.
Seems like it's a 4-1, 4-1 for Cebu, at least on defense. Also with Rico and this, who would have thought? Back in the Coach Mehmet Kakil era, where he was the coach of Cebu, may he rest in peace, of course. Rico and Des, I recall, was playing fullback. But we're aware, his natural position is his striker. And he did, of course, terrorize opposing defenses last season when he was playing with Loyola. Jumped ship or went back to Cebu. And now he's the main man.
Yeah, he's
Talk about a journey.
He's matured really well over the past year or so. And that embodied himself also in that Shopee Cup win over Kasuka, where he was unstoppable both here and I think he also scored in the away game in Kasuka.
And that goal of his again against Stallion at the death. It's with Felonco. Nishoka. Slowing it down a bit. Waiting for Watanabe. Sudo. Nishoka will give it to Noy. Wanted to get it to Troy Limbo. Kajamirul playing it long. Rico and Des trying to come up with something in this foot race. It was to no avail here.
That's really good defending from Modo Juf. Just getting in front of Rico Andes and staying calm, winning back the ball for his team. It's not easy to play against Rico Andes. The type of movement that Andes offers, hard to deal with, but Juf did well there.
Modo Juf, just that machine at the back. And if you're gonna press that button and move him up front to score, if there's a set piece, he could work wonders or do damage there.
Again,
Andre Clarino.
Juf will definitely be an important player for their upcoming Challenge League campaign. A good footwork there by Limbo.
Getting this one to Watanabe. Sigita Nico also joining in. From distance. That's not going to get past Jaridi though. Quick distribution to Papu. Taking on OJ Clarino. Driving by or flying by. Hits the deck. Clearly a foul here that will go the way of Cebu.
Yeah, a little bit of a professional foul there from Clarino. No card for his sake. Let's see the replay, or first the chance actually from Watanabe. Good effort, but it was too direct towards Jaridi, and then the foul after from Corsame, winning the free kick. Professional foul there from Clarino, and he escapes without the yellow.
But it seems he's on his final warning from referee Mick John Pineda. A similar infraction. Coach OJ may get a yellow card. You see that Japanese connection. Is Shoka and Watanabe really trying to play one another? Here comes Ziggy. Getting it forward. Ture. Will he double his output in this evening? There was a fall. Pinto will push though. He only has Rico and Des up front. It's Andes versus David Sambu. Andes working his magic. Papu Karsame buries it. A counter. Executed to perfection.
Well, Rico Andes has been a handful for this Manila Digger backline in this second half. And just 7 minutes after coming on, he provides the assist for Corsame as we see the cold celebration from Cebu. But what a response and what a second half so far for Cebu. And it's now all even, back to where we started.
I am left speechless.
Well, Rico Andes had a lot to do. Look where he picks up the ball, and it's 2v1. But he manufactures the space and works the cross to Corsame, who, what a finish that is from Corsame. Didn't go for the power, went for the placement, but it beat NG nonetheless. What a finish that is from Corsame.
Work rate, and here is that goal. It is quad vision replay time. There's the goal on Papu Corsame. Rico Andes, now the provider.
And Corsame leading by example, the captain for tonight. Don't usually see him always as a right winger, but he is one of those Swiss Army knife players. Doesn't matter where you place him, because he'll give 100% effort. And tonight, he gets a goal.
And if they can bag a result, but first, Jaridi secures this, or if they can bag a result, you could similar with Abusi. Move to central midfield. Even when Abusi was back with Stallion, I do remember he scored a brace, and then they made him play center back to finish the game. Oh, bit of a collision. Oh, Mick John Panetta took no interest there. Here's Pinto. OJ let this one roll out. Pinto getting it to a dangerous area. Speaking of long throws, Hajamirul has that in his arsenal. I'm not going to guess anymore if he's going to take it long or short. Normally, it would be the opposite of what I would say. Here, scoring there off the Rico Andes assist.
Well, this game has opened up now in the second half. Let's see who is going to take the risks to search for the winner, if there is one. I would also imagine that Coach Basilio and Co are going to look to their bench sooner rather than later, because there is a certain Psycho Cisse on the bench for Manila Digger.
No clean sheets here today in your Philippines Football League action. Some uncertainty in the midfield. It goes the way now of Digger in yellow and black. Cebu defending. The Gentle Giants in all red. Oof. Kami's got his boot to that just to ensure that goalkeeper Remy Jaridi will not have to put in the work. Jaridi indeed approved of that effort.
There's a player on the deck here from Manila Digger. Okay, he's back up. So it's going to be a corner kick for the yellow shirts.
Manila Digger again will be playing in Cambodia about 7 days from now in the AFC Challenge group stage. We hope, of course, they do not sustain any injuries here, and that, of course, they're also able to get that preparation by playing a high-level game such as this. Jago pointed out, Sekou Cisse is going to enter the game in a bit. But there is a player down for the Gentle Giants. I believe this is a Manhom Kamis. Seems like the case.
Well, as you were mentioning, Manila Digger rather, are going to play in the Challenge League. You're going to play against Ezra, SP Falcons, and Zvaireng from Cambodia. So they have to finish in the top 2, I believe, to go to the next round.
That's right.
Again, it's all in a centralized venue in Cambodia. So we do wish, for Philippine football's sake, that Manila Digger have a good performance. As goal scorer, Toure is actually going to be the one to make way for Cisse.
Here's another look at that one, though. What a corner from Kenji Nishoka. Here's where Kamis got shaken up.
Replaced by number 10, Sekou Cisse.
A different proposition now for Rosquillo and Camis up against Psycho Cisse. 16 goals in the PFL last season and already a lot this season as well.
Last month, Sekou Cisse said that they were just getting warmed up. Some statement victories in the recent results. And I said, Sekou, I know what you mean. Troy Limbo. He'll try to take on Amirul. Pinto there to support. Noy Felonco. They have to carry on with the left. Troy Limbo has space to use. Oh, it's been a rough day though for Limbo. It's a counter-attack now. Will it be a repeat? What a stop here though. And it's courtesy of Modu Juf.
Yeah, good tackle there from Modu Juf. But again, it's the movement of Rico Andes that is just testing and probing this Manila Digger backline. I must say, over 10 or 15 yards, the acceleration of Rico Andes is impressive.
Pinto getting through. That fall, not enough. to convince referee John Pineda. Long ball over the top, timely from Brosquillo. Villanueva hit while in the air. Yellow card given. This player of Digger pushed. John Pineda also hit the deck. Felongo also. And Amirul going at it. Jaridi, the pacifier.
There's a red card.
Is this given to Amirul? We'll try to take a look.
It looks like it is Amirul. He's walking off.
Villanueva holding on to his face. Also his knee. It's more of the knee here for Brian. There's no VAR or anything to reverse things. The only way for referees to reverse things is if they have a discussion. Not that we wanted this to happen, but you could feel the tension in this game. Fourth official referee John Mike Basinang also at the half line.
Well, it looks like there's still going to be more cards dished out. Let's see what color those cards are.
Try to get another look. But we did get that camera angle, of course, on the incident.
Well, here was the foul, and this is an obvious foul from, I believe that's Usman Guy.
I don't think there was any intention to play for the ball. There's the shove from Camis. Camis shoving Usman Guy to referee John Pineda. Sekou Cisse shoving Amirul.
Well, there's way too much to look at here.
Oh, there's a headbutt from Kaj Amirul at Noy Felonco. Both pointing at one another. Sorry about that, Diego.
I think that's where the red card came from Amirul. There's more going on in the dugout, by the way, out of your screen. And after everything, there is still a player down for both teams in the field. A lot to dissect here. But the biggest takeaway was definitely that red card to Amirul, who's still on the field, by the way. So there's going to be a lot of dissecting here from John Pineda.
He is having a word with his fourth official, John Mike Basinang. The linesmen also are in communication, of course, with their referee for obvious reasons. Boss Schwasha of Manila Digger is animated. Here's a look.
Well, this is an obvious foul from Usman Guy, but
what happened after is what we are trying to decipher. Daniel Gadia was also there to give an earful to Usman Guy. And Rami Jaridi was pacifying things. And Omar Eji just comes with aggression. Amirul asking, why was he given a yellow? Or red, sorry. So at the moment, we've seen the yellow given to Usman Guy. And the red to Amirul. But the Gentle Giants are doing everything in their might to plead their case.
well, we'll also imagine a lot of stoppage time is added on. John Pineda just walking to the warm-up area of Manila Digger, so there's going to be more cards dished out, I imagine.
But these players did not head to the pitch.
It looks like William Fist is going to receive a yellow card too, perhaps for dissent.
Perhaps there's something said, yes.
By the way, Amirul is still on the field. He's yet to make his way out.
We are aware that any cards, of course, can be overturned. Normally when there's mistaken identity. I don't think it's mistaken identity here. Oh, it's confirmed. The red to Amirul. And Kaj Amirul will have to step off because this could warrant more than a 2-match ban. He will have to keep his cool. And the Gentle Giants down to 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is not really what we want to see from a football match. But it looks like it is confirmed Amirul has been sent off, so it's going to be 10 versus 11 for the remainder of this match.
Into trying to keep Kaj calm. It's the veteran heads getting the rule to stay calm. What we saw earlier with a replay and with the quad vision replay, it was Pelonco and both Pelonco and Amirul going at it. There was the domino effect with Guy flowing Brian Villanueva. Cebu team officials, Parish Tassi, Anna Wong also there, being asked to return to their technical area. Papu Corsame and Coach Kim, the head coach of Manila Digger, having a word. Amirul still refusing to step off. Coach Amirul only heading to the dugout now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cebu are going to be really frustrated with that because from 1-0 down, they made it 1-1. But all of a sudden, they're now down one player for the remainder of this game. And all of a sudden, the advantage is going to be with Manila Digger. They have 30 or 20 minutes, just over 20 minutes to take advantage of that. And it's not going to be easy to play with a man less for Cebu.
We saw Cebu owner Mr. Tassi, of course, definitely unhappy.
Well, the referees are also still consulting with each other. So there is still going to be some decisions made, it looks like.
There is the Amirul red, the yellow with Usman Guy, also the yellow, we could see for Lars William Vist. But he was a player warming up. You could speculate perhaps there was something that he said from his area.
Well, we knew this was going to be a very heated game, especially because of the history between these two clubs. And it's boiled over here in the second half.
At the rate that this is going, we could still expect some cards.
And there's a list. Mick John Pineda is holding a list, so looks like more cards could be dished out. And I would imagine also that there's going to be a lot of stoppage time added on.
This also hurts for Cebu because the momentum is actually going their way. Stoppage not yet over, and it is a straight red given to Modu Juf. 10v10 we go. We are still giving you a running tally of what is going on. Modu Juf given a straight red. Kaj Amirul given a straight red.
There's going to be more.
And then it's a yellow given to Kamis. Now Usman Guy will have to be careful. Guy's on a yellow already. Juf also refusing to step off. John Pineda with his hands busy. And then it is a second yellow against Guy.
Or was that?
Normally when they show it, that's confirmed. But by my count, that's a yellow against Guy.
Yes, that's right. He picked one up earlier. And Guy, his hands in his head, so it might have been a second yellow. Gonna be completely honest, it's hard to keep track of all of this. Well, I'll tell you what, the flow of this football match has stopped, so it's going to be quite hard for both of these teams to continue where they left off. If it is 10 versus 10, it's still completely open. If it's 9 versus 10.
Oh, are we still going to see another yellow? These are all being issued after referee Mick John Pineda had a word with fourth official John Mike Basinang and his assistant referees.
Well, Usman guy is walking off.
I just wanted to double check that, right? Because normally when you're shown your second yellow, you're shown the red. That's if you accumulate or get 2 yellows in one game. But you did say you saw Usman guy step off.
Sorry, I believe that was Juf actually walking off. He was the one that was shown the direct red.
That's correct.
Following that altercation. So it's, by my count, it's 10 versus 10 for the remainder of this match, unless more comes after this moment. Well, after a lengthy stoppage, it looks like the game can finally restart. 2 red cards, Amirul and Modu Juf.
Ten v 10 we go. Play this one long. That was a stoppage of about 5+ minutes. We will see that added time later on. Cebu did have momentum when the incident occurred. For a moment, we thought it was going to go 11 v 10. Kajamarul was shown a straight red. At the end, of course, of the stoppage, we did see that there was a straight red shown to Modu Juf. And V10 we go.
Yeah, it looks like Korsam is going to slot in into right back, filling in the gap left by Amirul. Meanwhile, it's Felonco at center back. So not where we usually see him, but he's slotting in for Modu Juf.
Oh, flag raised here by the assistant referee. It will remain with the Gentle Giants. There you go, confirmation on our screens. 1 red each. And oftentimes when you see 10 v 10, that is back and forth football.
Yeah, so much space now for both teams. By the way, set pieces might be an avenue for Cebu because Juf has gone off now.
Into quality ball. But read well here by Omar Ng, the keeper. There you go. And it's Gadia who will put in some extra work. Ziggy Taninko. A foul once more here. And it's Ziggy down, but he's okay, thankfully. Jaime Rosquillo with the tough task of shutting down Sekou Cisse, a reigning Golden Boot winner and the leader at the moment.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're
Goal scorers, yes.
If you're Sekou Cisse, renowned goal scorer, you're going to be saying to yourself, there's going to be more space now. Again, Cebu got a red card to one of their defenders. So there's going to be an extra little bit of space now for anyone to exploit from both sides. You imagine a player of Cisse's quality has the ability to do just that. Set piece though to Manila Digger.
Quite a stoppage in this game that we had. But it's still 1-1. Here comes the service. Sudo. Oh, quite a gutsy challenge from Watanabe. Kenji back to Watanabe. Off of Brian Villanueva. Corner kick now. Well, things just flipped in this game, we could say. This didn't shift 1 gear up. It shifted 2 gears up. Here comes the corner kick. They wanted to play Cisse. Shot taken. Oh, good. From our vantage point, we thought that was in. Perhaps another angle, of course, just to see how it went on. I thought that was past Jaridi already.
Well, the header back into the mixer was from Cisse. And then it's Usman guy with the volley off the woodwork. And so luckily for Jaridi, it doesn't bounce in. And Cebu escaped from that pressure moment.
Goalposts have really taken a number of hits in this game.
Yeah, not the first time that the woodwork has been rattled. Again, Rosquillo hit the crossbar earlier on. So a lot of action on both ends.
That's just bad luck if you're the attacking team when that happens, right? One for Cebu, one for Manila Digger.
And nothing more you can do as an attacker.
As the neutrals say, both teams are even now in that aspect. 15 minutes and change remaining. We will see plenty of additional time.
Well, Pinto ran into the referee there. And the ball is with Manila Digger.
Sekou Cisse. Given the space, of course, he's also working double time in creating. 3-on-1, Usman guy getting stopped by Corsame, Rosquillo, and Gadya.
Yeah, not a trio you want to go up against, especially when they're triple teaming you.
Just one of your most hard-nosed groups of local players. But that continues to embody, right, that Cebu FC character, the physical style of play, a tenacious effort also, you say. Hard to describe because the playing does the talking and the describing for them.
Tell you what, it's also going to be a tough test now for Noy Filonco at left center back up against Rico Andes, who has been testing Modo Juf this second half before he got sent off. And as a midfielder, it's going to be tough for Filonco to deal with Andes' movement.
It was Catch Amirul again, who was sent off. A fullback. He gives a two-way effort on offense and defense. Modo Juf, though, the cornerstone of that Manila Digger defense.
And because it was a direct red, I believe that means they missed 2 following games.
That's what I also recall, yes. Off of Pinto, it's with Abusi. A collision here, and Des and Filonco getting tangled. Torino gives it back to Engie. Great decision making. A whistle here, handball, I believe.
Yeah, I believe Pinto just had his arms up and it flicked off. So it's a free kick to Manila Digger. Again, I was going to say just over 10 minutes now, but I imagine it's going to be a lot more stoppage time than usual because of the break that we had in the second half.
My estimate was we had a stoppage of about 10 minutes. It's also the stop and go nature of this game. In the 77th minute. And let's remember, Babu Kartori, the goal scorer, was subbed off for reigning Golden Boot awardee Sekou Cisse. And it's Papu Corsame who got the score off the Rico Altes assist. You could say that was a spectacular or a lively counter-attack. You could say that's ASEAN level counter-attack, as we know. Gadya couldn't get this, fell down on his own. Rosquillo sends it to safety. Manila Digger inserting an attacking player, but it's a like-for-like change. Tough outing for Troy Limbo. Nonetheless, held his own because it's 1-all. In comes Modu Mane, an attacking option. Very deep bench for Manila Digger.
Yeah, and Modu Mane is just going to add a little bit more energy in the last stage of the game. Again, because both teams are down to 10, it's going to open up some space.
Guy takes it. Jaridi. He had that covered, but had to work extra.
Yeah, might have been going out actually, but Jaridi wasn't to take any risk. And that volley from Usman Guy has been knocking on the door now past 10 minutes or so. Again, he hit the woodwork not too long ago. Corner to the yellow shirts.
A win again will push Manila Digger up to first place provisionally. Provisionally again, because the teams below do have a match on hand. Here comes the cross. Papu up against Nishoka. Oh, they get tangled up here. Oh, Bass Liu, furious. He's contesting a non-call. Throw in taken quickly by Kenji to Watanabe. That's the 1-2 punch on the wing normally. That already went out of play. Goal kick to Jaridi.
I'll tell you what, here's the replay of that. Very physical stuff. And by the way, there's a player down for Cebu. And it looks like a substitution based on the hand signals of Rosquillo. A lot of physical duels in this matchup. No surprise that players are feeling the effects and feeling the fatigue. Again, just 10 minutes of regulation time plus whatever minutes are added on. It's anyone's game at the moment, in complete honesty. And at 10 versus 10, you do imagine that it's the type of scenario that you really don't usually prepare for as coaches. Of course, you prepare all your training sessions for 11 versus 11. Maybe even do some preparations for when you go down to 10 men and play against 11. But at 10 versus 10, it's a completely unpredictable environment to play in. So I have no idea where this match is going to go, to be completely honest.
Something I've heard from coaches is that they would simulate with makeshift setups here and there. What if they're without a center back and they have to play someone from the bench? Those types of setups where you are essentially able to play best 11, which is common, I like to think. But Brian Villanueva is receiving treatment on the side. 10v9 now. That number favors Manila Digger.
Yes, Cebu might just play this out actually because their substitutions are ready on the touchline. They're gonna make, I think, a couple whenever the ball goes out.
We spoke about what would happen if Digger grabbed the win here, but for Cebu, a win gets Little Giant into the top 6 at the moment. They are number 7. Usman Guy. It's with Clarino. Fullback cutting inside. You'll just see a player from both sides just exploiting the extra space. Both are playing 10-10. Down to 9 temporarily. Mr. Paulos is going to check in for Brian Villanueva. That is a winger or attacking player coming on for a defender. Watanabe will get in, or will he cross? Jaridi saw it was outside already.
Well, this goal kick means that Cebu are going to survive this short spell of being down to 9 men. Yeah, this Paulos is going to come on. Do wonder where he'll play though, because he's coming on for a defender.
We are going to wait and see, of course, where Paulos is going to take his place in that formation. Essentially a 4-4-1, I'd like to think. For Digger. A 4-3-2 is what I see.
Substitution for Cebu FC. Number 44, Brian Villanueva.
Well, it looks like Daniel Gadia will shift over to left back for the remainder of this match.
Even if he's a holding midfielder, it just seems that can work with his pace and vision. So of course that came off, of course, Same.
I'll tell you what, this match, the dying moments could go anywhere, but the last few possessions have gone Manila Diggers' way, so they are dominating possession and territory.
Nishoka. Dangerous. Cleared off. Nishoka. Mane. Denied by Abusi.
Yeah, Abusi started this game as the striker, now having to play looking like a defensive midfielder role for Abusi. Such has been the unpredictability of this game. Again, Daniel Gadya now also at left back. Corsame now at the right back. They did not start the game at those positions, but they're going to have to finish it there. Corner to Manila Digger.
This 10v10 setup somewhat favoring Manila Digger because you see attacking opportunities going their way, and as we mentioned, that it's a counter-attack that Sudo will bring up. Noy Filonco, makeshift center back of Manila Digger, getting this. Papu versus Nishoka. Arms flying everywhere. Ziggy Tanico also providing support.
Well, you saw that dogged energy from Corsame there.
Sekou Cisse trying to slither through. Modo Mane. Perhaps Guy waited quite long there, as this is out.
The initial cross, I believe, was out for a goal kick from Watanabe. By the way, Watanabe also looks like he's going to be playing. Actually, I stand corrected. It's still Taninko at fullback, but nevertheless, a lot of makeshift positions now for players on both teams.
It's a 4-4-1 for Coach TGR pictured, and I'm seeing 4-3-2 over for Coach Kim Versailles and Bas Liu. Off of Abusi. They'll knock it back. It's Digger chasing this one now. It's just sent though to the opposing keeper in Rami Jaridi.
Well, if this does stay as a draw, I don't think either side will actually be happy.
It's going to hurt them in the long run.
Exactly. I think the other rivals will be happy if it is a draw.
That's the only instance. Or it's only the rivals who are happy when there's a draw. Header though. You can see that was on target. Lacking in power though and angle. Watanabe versus Gadya. Gadya pulling out all the tricks in the bag. Torino to Nishoka. Lob this one. Oh, the pulling of the shorts, not the shirt there on Abusi. Heavy touch from Rico Andes. Sudo is calling for it. Plays this looping ball. Lovely connection to Paulos. Difficult touch though, or the unideal touch, allowed OJ Clarina to recover. We're gonna try to take this 1v1. Now there's the support from Nishoka. Back to Pinto. The fall off ball. Now it'll be Papu. It's persistence and energy when you talk about the offense of Cebu. Here comes Camis now, getting forward. A rocket of a shot though, came off a player of Manila Digger. And Papu early cross. You can see it was just handled. We'll let this one go out.
I'll tell you what, I'm not too sure if he has a weak foot, Corsame, because that was a right-footed delivery. Nearly finding Andes.
Some players, of course, just have that ambidextrous. Still in play, physicality and intensity up here. They'll be back to Jaridi. with a bit of fire. OJ denying Paulos. Less than 60 seconds until we get additional time. We will wait, of course. We did give our estimates, you could say. Paulos versus Felonco. Guy. Abu C couldn't poke that one. Still going through. Got past 3 people by my count.
Oof.
Guy beating Sudo. Shot but off. Digger getting shots, but definitely not on target.
And by the way, Usman Guy, after running across the Cebu half, has gone down. I don't think it's actually an injury. It might just be
exhaustion.
Yeah, it might just be gassed at the moment. As we see confirmation from the 4th official, there are going to be an additional minutes of 9.
There will be minimum of 9 minutes of additional time.
Definitely an eternity. A big thank you for joining us again on the Facebook and pages of the Philippines Football League. Cebu FC in all red. And let's recall again, Babukar Ture drew first blood. Afterwards, and Papo Corsame scored off that Rico Antes assist. We also got to see 2 red cards issued earlier. Kai Jamirul was sent off. There was also Odu Juf, who was given a straight red. Hence, it is 10v10.
Actually, I think because Usman Guy is off the pitch at the moment, for a little while at least, it's going to be 9 versus 10 in favor of Cebu. So can they take advantage of this 1 or 2 minutes that they have the extra player advantage?
But Guy is expected to return. He's just heading over to the half line. Corsame. Now encountering traffic with Kenji Nishoka. Nishoka was unable to stop him. Papo versus Torino. Putting his dribbling to the test. Paulos! Denied! Well, you see, Angie secured that. Sudo just wanted to bounce if ever there was an opportunity.
Yeah, it looked like for a small moment there that NG spilled it, but he recovered well, and that was a good save because it was a good strike also from Paulos to test the goalkeeper. In the end, it doesn't amount to anything for Cebu, but it was a promising moment for the Gentle Giants.
Let's remember Noy Felonco being put at makeshift center back. It's like having a playmaking center back with Noy filling in there.
I believe that's a handball called against Abu C.
They opted to play it short. They got the Cebu defense down. Nishoka. Oh, Papo can get it. This will go the way of OJ Clarino for a throw-in.
Oh.
Kenji Nishoka using that, of course, to his advantage. Papo Corsame, what a recovery.
Yeah, for a split second there, the Cebu backline just asleep. Again, there are no offsides from throw-ins. So Nishioka for a moment there, in behind.
6 minutes remaining right here in additional time. It's been Manila Diggers searching for the go-ahead. Nishoka goes for the back post. Off of Paulos, could get it to Sudo. It was off of Rasquilio, I think. They'll float it back in. Of the Gentle Giants, they got it to safety. There's a player down though for Manila. They try to get it in. Jaridi to the rescue. You got a feel for Manila Digger here. They've got to be frustrated with the pressure and the number of chances they've been able to pile up. Here's a look.
Yeah, this is good goalkeeping one or two instances where Jaridi really doing well for his back line. Brave goalkeeping, it must be said. And he's actually gone down injured after that passage. A lot of chaos in the penalty area. Here was the punch from Jaridi, wins the foul at the same time.
For the awkward fall.
And Jaridi, not one of those players you want to get injured if you're Cebu. Veteran goalkeeper from Tunisia.
Also, let's recall, but it seems like Jaridi will be okay. In the loss of Cebu to Wantagig, they had to sub up Jaridi. It was the shoulder that was bothering him.
That's right.
But now, I believe it was the torso that took quite a hit. He was getting sprayed on the right abdomen. We did have a stoppage again after there was Cebu holding on. Paulos to take this throw in. Abusi, left Usman guy. Paulos, is he gonna cut back? Abusi, let's hit that one. Watanabe sending it to the side. Neshoka will collect. Quite a ball here, setting up the counter. Rosquillo. And Daniel Gadia sends it out. Sudo getting clipped in the process.
I'll tell you what, this has been a chaotic exchange. Here was the chance. It was Paulos with time and space. Opted to go for the shot. Saved by NG. And then the volley from Abusi was mishit. Then a near counter for Manila Digger, but the stop by Jaime Rosquillo, who, by the way, is on the deck.
Time continues to tick. We mentioned again, the draw will hurt both teams when you look at the standings.
Yeah,
but at the rate that it's going, it's Cebu holding on. Digger bombarding Rami Jaridi.
But a chance now for Cebu to go the other way. Let's see if they can manufacture any goal scoring opening the dying moments of the match.
It's about making it count, as we say, whether it's one opportunity or a handful. Pinto, NG secured it. Quick volley for the counter. Papu read that one. Still kept inside. Paulos again, the fresh legs. Here comes Sudo, flag stays down. Rico could not connect.
Well, Manila Digger were asking for an offside call that never came. And there was a chance for Sudo. The cross was good, but it didn't find its target. And eventually, it's back with Manila Digger.
Play to the whistle, as we say. Ziggy over to Felonco. Quite an atmosphere here. A PFL classic. Oh, there's the challenge from behind. Corner though, from the looks of it.
I'll tell you what, any goal scoring opportunity at this moment probably be the last one. And at the moment, it's a corner to Manila Digger. Just under a minute left now. Let's see what happens here.
I'm sensing about 3 more opportunities. Here's the first one. Headed by Rosquillo. Watanabe. Papu mishit it though. Is he gonna give this to Digger? Abusi. Oh, Kamis and Abusi not on the same page. They did enough to push Digger to the side. Watanabe floats it in. Papu once more, all over the place. There you go, we've hit the 9th.
Well, it was Corsame's misclearance that caused all the chaos, but he redeems himself there, putting it out for a corner. Still more pressure to come, though, from Manila Digger, the team currently top of the table.
Too close for comfort, as we've said. It's go time for Kenji Nishoko and company. Paolo's trying to get this going his way. Oh, there's space here. They got to thread the needle. Rosquillo with the clearance. What a performance he's actually put up. Papu couldn't get it. He has to recover. Space again here. Tanico cleared off. There's a collision though.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a colossal clearance from Rosquillo, and he hurt himself in the process. But what, as you mentioned just a few moments ago, Rosquillo has had an immense performance there at center back for Cebu, and he's actually down still from that challenge.
Cebu again looking to hold on. Digger perhaps frustrated. They've been on the attack ever since we resumed play from that stoppage earlier. We actually hit the 10th minute also. After all, we had some stoppages in the 9 minutes that were allocated, but it is all up to referee Mick John Pineda now. What a game we've had here.
Yeah, it's had everything. This clash between two top teams. Might there be one more plot twist? Oh,
that's gotta hurt. An anticlimactic way for Digger to end the game. They're left frustrated again, given that they were dictating the end of this one. Cebu fighting back. The Gentle Giants trailed 1-0.
Yeah, and there are 3 players on the deck for both teams. That's how physical this match was. Tell you what, this was a classic encounter between the two teams. In the end, I actually think neither side will be happy with the draw. The happier teams will actually be the other top 6 rivals, because it means that neither side were able to take all 3 points and leapfrog high up into the table. So in the end of the day, it was an entertaining encounter, but neither side will be pleased with the draw.
They are absolutely gutted. They gave it their all here and put up a show and quality football for the fans. Digger had the chance again to take it to the top of the table. Cebu out of the top 6 thanks to tiebreakers. There's both sides again, as we've said. But our scoreline again, 1-1. Babucar Ture did open the scoring. And Papu Same scored again of that memorable counter-attack. Rico and Des. There you go. 1-1 here. We will sign off as we will take it to the pitch for our post-match interview. But we will sign off on this one. This is Clara Manzano alongside Diego Cordero. And we'll see you in the next game. But first, I got ahead of myself. Highlights to keep us company.
Well, here was the goal from Corsame. Great work from Andes, and the finish from Corsame is precise, not necessarily powerful, but it beats NG. First time finish with the left foot into the back of the net, and that made it 1-1. Chances fell to both ends. This was the shot from Guy that rattled the post. That was the biggest chance, I must say, in the second half. But Cebu had their own chances too in that second half. In the end, neither side were able to be more clinical than the other. Here was one of those big chances, good save from NG. And that is why it remained 1-1. Jaridi also really busy second half from the Tunisian veteran.
Chances here and there again. Omar NG was also stable. But as we mentioned, we are going to sign off here. But we are going to take it to the pitch for our post-match interview.
Yeah, good. Yeah, actually, sobrang pagod ng game, sobrang tough game talaga. As in, so, yung tumatakbo ng Soto ko in the game to win and for the fans ba. But we fell short na draw lang, pero it is a point pa rin. Yun lang. Thank you. Again. Shoutout lang sa family ko, Korsami family, sa mga fans ng Cebu FC, maraming salamat. Smile lang, smile. Smile. Thank you.